Hello, welcome. My name is Kim Fengler from the Holler Heilpraktikerschule. I am a lecturer and owner in Gummersbach and Bad Godesberg together with our partner Holler. Today I have invited Olaf Breidenbach once again. Olaf is a naturopath and lecturer, and today I want to discuss the benefits of Gua Sha massage. This technique is not only highly effective for relieving tension, but it also helps prevent colds, reduces fatigue, and more. Gua Sha is a quick-to-learn method that offers numerous advantages for overall well-being. Watch the video to find out why Olaf said never again after the first time and then learned it after all. If you are interested, please subscribe to us, not only here on our YouTube channel, but also hop over to Facebook. There we also like to announce new seminars and what else is going on with us. We look forward to seeing you, and now have fun with the interview with me and Olaf. Olaf, welcome again. Today you're going to tell us about Gua Sha. We would like to organize a half-day seminar with you here at the Holler Schule. You will come and visit us and tell us what is it, who is it for, where are the great effects, anything you want.
First, the story. Gua Sha was actually my very first contact with naturopathy, so to speak. My father, a trained naturopath specialized in traditional Chinese medicine, performed Gua Sha on me when I experienced intense back pain at the tender age of 24. Initially, I found it quite unsettling, leading me to adamantly declare that I would never subject myself to it again. It is painfully evident that Gua Sha is not appropriate for everyone, neither for every patient nor for every therapist. However, if one decides to partake in it, there is no other method where one can achieve such effectiveness in merely 3 hours of training or a seminar. Within such a brief amount of time, such a concise training duration, and such a short treatment, one can witness tremendous success unlike any other therapy. This serves as a testament to the incredible merits of Gua Sha. Nevertheless, it must be noted that this practice is more prevalent in folk medicine than in university medicine, despite its centuries-old usage in Chinese medicine. While Gua Sha and cupping share similarities and are related, I believe Gua Sha holds certain advantages over cupping. It falls somewhere between dry cupping and blood cupping, with its effect leaning more towards the latter. A major advantage of Gua Sha is its non-invasiveness. As a practitioner with a non-invasive registered practice, I can substitute Gua Sha for blood cupping, experiencing the same if not better outcomes. However, it is important to acknowledge that non-invasive does not equate to a pain-free experience or a lack of post-treatment repercussions. One thing where the patient also has to bite his teeth. I actually had a biting stick with my father back then. I don't do it that hard. But I'm not showing you a wellness Gua Sha, I'm showing you a real Gua Sha, which you can also endure. You can also dose it and you don't have to do it like the Chinese. In China, everyone is actually familiar with it. Children grow up with it too. And Chinese people have a slightly different perception of pain than Westerners when it comes to this kind of therapy. About myself again. I was there at the time because of back pain, and then I didn't have such a big improvement in my back, but I suddenly realized the next morning that something was different. I was working a lot at the time, under a lot of stress, and was always sweating at night. I had night sweats for several months after changing my t-shirt 2 or 3 times, which was soaked with sweat. After this Gua Sha treatment, it was suddenly gone, and after one treatment, it was gone. I used to observe this quite often in the practice. Of course, night sweats are something that every semi-practitioner candidate or semi-practitioner knows you have to clarify. But sometimes it's just a matter of exhaustion, and yes, it works wonders. Gua Sha can be used for colds and as a preventative measure. If you have a cold just before it really comes out, you can also use it to fight it off. Otherwise, however, it can be used for many things in the musculoskeletal system, especially where movement is restricted. A classic slip disc is not really the indication. This is often an empty state, but we do have these fullness conditions. Also, shoulder-arm syndromes, when you can't get your arm up properly, when you can't turn your head properly. We often have fullness in the neck in particular. If you have the tolerance for it, you have the option of attending to your knees, elbows, and joints. And what is very modern now, or was some time ago, is what the Chinese do, cosmetic Gua Sha. So you can do it on the face, on the décolleté, to beautify the skin.
Special gemstones are massaged firmly over the skin.
I don't even know about that. There are definitely seminars where they sell jars and stuff like that. No, the face is really like that. You can't go out for 2 or 3 days. Of course you work for it, so much the better. So for me, it's first and foremost a technique. You don't need to have any previous knowledge of Chinese medicine for our seminar. We use it mainly for muscle problems, restricted movement, inflammation, for example, tendonitis and so on. So you can use Gua Sha wonderfully as a stimulation therapy. Of course, it is traditionally used in the sense of Chinese medicine, also via meridians and so on. But as we tend to have students at the school who are alternative practitioners and not necessarily all of them work in Chinese medicine, we do an abbreviated seminar on how Gua Sha can be used more or less as a substitute for cupping.
Can you please explain to us how this is done? You said it's uncomfortable, but what exactly do I do? Do I have aids? Do I use my hands? What happens?
That, my friends, is the secret that we will disclose exclusively during the seminar. To achieve this, you will need 2 essential tools. Firstly, an oil is required. Theoretically, olive oil could suffice, but trust me when I say there are specialized oils that yield even better results. In addition, an aid is needed. In China, jade scrapers or buffalo horns are popular choices for this purpose. However, do not fret if you don't have access to these items, as even a lid from an elite jar can work in a pinch. Truly, GuaSha can be performed virtually anywhere, and you will always be able to find something suitable for the practice even while on vacation. Of course, aesthetically speaking, possessing a buffalo horn or a jade scraper would elevate the experience.
You also bring us something so that we have an overview and can practice and so on.
All right, I shall bring a variety of models for you to consider. There are multiple options that possess striking beauty. Sometimes I demonstrate the exquisite jade scraper to the patients, only to reveal a more effective lid taken from the bag. However, we will also discuss the appropriate tool for the task at hand. Certain tools cater to relieving muscle tension, while others are more adept at addressing tendon issues. Ultimately, our decision on which tool to utilize will be made during the seminar.
Olaf, now I'm very interested to know that after your first treatment, you said you'd never do it again. How much effort did it take to lie down again, and what prompted you to lie down again? And last but not least, why did you learn to do it yourself?
The second time I was on the other side. It became evident that the night sweats had ceased, motivating me to learn the technique behind it. I was eager to understand its effectiveness because it worked exceptionally fast. Interestingly, even before I personally underwent treatment for the second time, I had already practiced it. My father was quick to provide me with the tool and instructed me, do this. Furthermore, it is worth noting that the technique does not require excessive force. Some therapists may have a slightly sadistic inclination and prefer a firmer approach. Personally, I find it challenging and not suitable for every patient. However, in theory, it can be done with less intensity, albeit with diminished effects. Generally, when it comes to Gua Sha, the more pressure applied, the better the outcome. Nevertheless, the patient's tolerance level must be taken into account. We always strive to find a solution that allows for the procedure to be completed. Typically, during the initial session, patients often express their discomfort, exclaiming, "Oh God, oh God, oh God." This intense initial reaction is common due to the visibly intense nature of the process. Most people are familiar with cupping, where circular markings appear. Similarly, Gua Sha can leave red marks on the back, prompting relatives to discourage returning for subsequent sessions. However, when patients do return, they all express their desire to repeat the treatment. They acknowledge the immense pain involved, but also recognize the tremendous benefits. Surprisingly, the whole back can be treated in just 2 to 5 minutes, providing rapid relief. Other therapies, such as chiropractic, offer similarly quick results, but this text illustrates how Gua Sha is an effective and sustainable technique that has grown in popularity over the years. It lasts much longer and provides long-lasting results, making it a preferred choice. When I first introduced Gua Sha seminars 20 years ago, it was relatively unknown outside of traditional Chinese medicine, TCM circles. Only a few people had come across Arya Nielsen's book and attended the seminar in Rothenburg. However, the situation has changed, and Gua Sha is now widely recognized due to its proven efficacy. As a result, the technique is being utilized more frequently.
And you have now maintained it throughout your entire career as a naturopath. That's always a sign that the methods are really good and easy to use.
Yes, that's correct. The great thing about Gua Sha is that it can be seamlessly incorporated into various manual therapies such as dawn therapy and chiropractic. It serves as an ideal supplement rather than being a standalone therapy where it's used in isolation for a single session. You have the flexibility to combine Gua Sha with other techniques, allowing for a more holistic approach. For instance, you can enhance the effectiveness of Gua Sha by preparing the tissue with warming techniques and body massage beforehand. Some patients even come solely for a Gua Sha session, so you can provide them with additional care and attention. However, when it comes to manual therapy, there are situations where I may successfully alleviate a vertebral blockage, but the presence of inflammation, like a frozen shoulder or an inflamed biceps tendon, still remains. In the past, I would describe Gua Sha as a sort of cortisone for those who aren't fully experienced in it, because it has the ability to bring immediate relief when applied to inflamed tendons. It can be likened to an injection or even a leech, as it effectively reduces inflammation in the joints. Not only does it address the underlying cause of the inflammation, but it also provides treatment for the acute inflammation. Thus, Gua Sha proves to be an excellent solution for this purpose.
Perfect, Olaf. Thank you very much for bringing the topic a little closer to us. And yes, I look forward to welcoming you soon. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the GuaSha seminar as always. And as a highlight for the students, you can all do GuaSha on me. I'm really excited about it. It's really important to feel it yourself during the GuaSha. Only then can I see if you're doing it right, and so everyone on my back.
Thank you very much. Take care. See you soon.
See you soon.